Hello everyone, I'm Connor Hoffman, and I am here once again showing you how to build another one of my MOCs. Our subject for today is Gammoth, the Gatekeeper. If you'd like to see some close-ups and better images of Gammoth, be sure to check out his Order of Montanui Files video. But for now, we'll get straight to building him. Let's begin with the legs. Alright, starting with the legs. A fair warning before we begin. This MOC contains quite a fair bit of system parts in it, so if you don't have a lot of system, I'm afraid you may not be able to build this MOC exactly correct. However, most of it's just greebling or filling in gaps, so take what you can and do what you can. As usual, pause the video whenever you see the pieces laid out like this to know what parts you need. Anything built before you is rather simple and most people could figure out, but you should be able to tell once I start building. Alright, starting with this foot, take this regular brown Roxy foot, hand connector, stick it straight in, then take this upwards technically, slope piece, put a stud on it, stick it in the hole like that, so you get that nice curve, and then that's the foot. Moving on to the lower leg, take a regular dark green BIONICLE leg, shove one 3-long pin through the top hole. Now setting that down, take a scrawl armor from the Vorak set actually, put a Lego stud right there, then take this Technic piece, put it on the axle hole, or on the axle exposed down there, put a 3-long pin underneath it, and then stick that on the front of the leg, just like so. Then on the back, take this 3-long lift arm, put a 1x2 plate on it, and then stick that on the top pin, and then on the bottom pin take this round 1x1 brick, stick that on the bottom hole, and then put a tan stud on top of that. And then that's the lower leg. Actually, no. Take one of these Metru chest plate armors, hold it right there, and then take the other one and connect the two around the ball joint like that. And just wiggle that around a little and it snaps right in place. And that's the lower leg. Now for the upper leg, let's start with these two hand connectors. Take these two hand connectors, put pins on either side, and then on this side, take this 5-long Technic beam and put the two pins on like so. So you get something like that. And then go ahead and attach this piece, just like so, to the axle, or to the beam right there. Put the axle all the way in until you get something like that. Next, we will take this, we will set that down and take this Borak shield and this piece, stick this right on the Borak shield just like so, and then go back to your other piece, and then simply attach that just like that until it goes all the way down. Then these holes should line up with the holes on the hand connectors. So on this side, take the axle and stick it through there, and the other one through here. And then go ahead and top that other one off with a smooth plate, like so. Then flipping it back around, take this Technic connector piece, stick that on the exposed axles. Oops. And last but not least, take these two brick constructions we built, which is just a displacement plate brick there, and then two 1x1 round bricks right there. Stick them on either side of this Technic connector. And then, last but not least, take this construction of bricks right here, which is made of these little teeth pieces, a Lego stud, a corner brick right there, and then two 1x2 bricks, and then another tooth piece like that. Construct that and then simply attach that on like so. Just like that. And that's the upper leg. Now take everything and snap it together. Just like that. And that is Gammoth's leg. Obviously you'll need two, and you will need to mirror the design, so you get something like that. Alright, and moving on, next we will do the arms. Alright, now for Gammoth's arms, these are the parts you'll need. To To start with, build a simple ringette hand design. I have other tutorials that show this in a little bit more detail, but that's the gist of how it looks. The only difference here is that I use a cut T-piece and a minifigure arm for the thumb. So put those on like that. And that's Gammoth's hand. For the upper arm, it's simply just a double socket joint with an Anika armor on the front, one of these pin pieces, and a seaweed piece on the back as a greeble. Go ahead and set that down. For the lower arm, take an Anika ball joint, neck piece, and stick a tire over the front. Then take this Technic piece and slide a 3-long axle so far through that it sticks out on either end. And then just take this Borak foot and do the same on the lower hole, like that. Alright, now set that down. Go ahead and take this Technic construction, and then this brick construction, which is 2 1x1 transparent cylinder bricks, 2 Lego studs, and a displacement brick like that. Stick that on the 2 pin studs, stud pins sticking out of that Technic piece. And then go ahead and take this ball joint here and stick that right on the end of that displacement brick, like so. Then go back to our original construction and snap the ball joint into the Borak foot, like that, and then simply just rotate that down and connect that like so. Alright, next, take these 2 Technic curve pieces, put the 1.5 length pin in the side of the Borak foot, like that, so that it also covers up those 2 exposed axles, like so. Then, last but not least, we'll attach this Hordika neck, and if you slide the Hordika neck in like so that the ball joint sticks out the front, you should be able to slide this 3-long pin all the way through, like that. And it may be a little bit tougher for you the first time, but my piece is a little worn out, so it'll go in straight. It'll go in nice and easy. Alright, last but not least, add this little greeble here. And then, that's the lower arm. Go ahead and attach everything together. So right there is where the joint connects, and then that's where the hand connects. And then that's Gammoth's arm. You'll need 2, and they are identical other than the hands. And now we will move on to the torso. Alright, for our first section of parts for our torso, these are the parts you'll need. To start with, let's assemble this chunk here. So take a hand connector, put 2 blue pins on the side, put a ball joint in the center, and put 2 of these Technic pieces on the side with 2 long axles, and then on the top, put a 2-long axle and a Borak eye. Then next you're going to need 2 Vorax armors in this configuration. So to start with, take a regular Vorax armor, put a 2-long pin in there and a washer piece. And then in order to get this formation here, simply take a green rubber band, hook it around the inside there, and then hook it in between there, like that. And that's that. And then last but not least, you'll need 2 more hand connectors with a stud on one end, another seaweed greeble, and a 1x2 brick on top. Moving on. Alright, for our next couple bits, these are the parts you'll need. To start with, take this Rakshi head and this trans blue hand connector, put a ball joint in the center there, and then stick that inside the Rakshi head like you normally would. And then on the hole on the top, just take a blue stud, stick that right there, and that's that part. Next, take a Vaki torso piece, attach a hand connector onto it like so, using the that aforementioned technique. Then take this fancy new Technic piece and put pins and axles in it like so, and then attach that over the end of the Vaki torso piece like so. And then on the front, simply take this lift arm piece and attach it like that. And that's those 2 chunks done. Moving on. Alright, now for these parts. To start with, we'll take this piece and this 3 long axle with a stud on the end. Stick that in like so, then take a very useful piece, put it right on the axle there, like so. Flip it up like that. Then go ahead and take this axle connection here, and at the same time grab these 2 rubber bands and hold them around the axle extenders like that. You'll need these later. Go ahead and stick the axle through the center right there. And then you can let these hang loose. They won't fall off, I promise. Then go ahead and take another very useful piece, stick it on like that, and then stick this 5 long axle all the way in, like so. And then go ahead and take this chunk right here. Go ahead and stick it in the back here. Like that. And take this construction here and just fill in the gap in the middle, like so. Just like that. Go ahead and set that down. Next, for this other half, you'll take these pieces like so. Stick that right there, and stick that right there. And then that's those 2 chunks done. Moving on. Alright, for this chunk, you'll need to build 2 of each of what you see here and mirror them. So first, take this Metru arm, actually. Stick 5 droid arms on those assigned holes, and on the other ones you'll have to move this one to the other side. So do that first, then take this 4 long pin with a stopper on the end, put a ball joint on it, and then go ahead and stick this Technic piece on the end like so, and then stick that straight through the Metru arm like that. Then take a hand connector and stick it on the bottom like so, and that's that part done. For this next part, take another 4 long axle with this stopper on the end, stick it through a tan Technic piece with a washer, and then another one of these like so, going through the round hole. Put a 2 long pin like that, and then one of these Technic pieces like so. You should get something loose and flappy like this. Then go ahead and take this Pohatu foot bumper thing, whatever you want to call it, like that, and then take a Borak eye on a blue pin and stick it on like that. And that's those 2 parts done. Moving on. Alright, for this next part, these are the parts you'll need. To start with, let's begin with these pieces. Slide them all onto this 4 long axle like so. Then go ahead and flip that around and stick that onto the Vaki lower leg or lower waist like that. Then stick another 4 long axle almost all the way through, so it sticks out on either side. And then take 2 lift arms and stick them on either end, making sure that the axles aren't sticking out any further than they need to be. And that's that part. Next, for this part, take these 2 pieces, connect them like so, and then lining up this Metru torso piece, take these 2 axles, slide them through like that, and then put them onto the Technic piece like so. And don't stick them all the way through yet, because you'll need them later. So do that. Then take this little tooth stud piece, stick that on the front like that, and that'll loosely wiggle around, but there's something that'll hold it down in there later. And then last but not least, take this construction like this and put it all together like this. So you get something like that. Alright, and moving on. Alright, for this next part, these are the parts you'll need. Go ahead and start by lining up these 2 pieces like so, and then attaching them together, just like that. Then take 2 branch pieces and line up these system pieces like shown. So 4 black Lego studs, right here, 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 and here. Then 1 1x4 going straight through here, as well as 2 bent corner pieces that attach like there. Then take another one, stick it on top like so. So you actually stick it on top like that. And then underneath, take this whole chunk and stick that on like that. just like so. And then last but not least, take a lightsaber rod and stick it in the end hole on the top branch. Moving on. Alright, last but not least, this is the last part of the torso. Go ahead and start with this bittle wing. Take this Technic construction, which is just one of these number 1 Technic angle pieces, as well as one of these new pinhole pieces, and a blue pin. Stick that onto the end like so. Put another Technic connector in the middle and a skid plate for filler. Then on the outside, take another one of these branch pieces, and then lining it up like so. Just attach the studs to the Technic holes. And then last but not least, take a displacement plate and another one of these corner plates, and then just stick that right in the middle, like so. That'll hold it on because it's kind of a loose connection. And then you'll need 2, obviously. And next I will show you how to put it all together. Alright, now time for the final assembly. Make sure you add these 2 very useful pieces down there. As well as that, gather up all of your all of the parts you've just constructed. Alright, to start with, we'll take this piece, and these 2 pieces, and this piece, yes. Sorry about that. Go ahead and attach these 2 together, like so. Alright, and making sure that the side with the 2 droid arms is in the front, go ahead and line up these 2 holes on this construction with the 2 holes on the hand connector. Then attach this to the front, attach it to this hole in the Vaki waist, this pin right there, like that. And then lining all these pieces up together, slide that axle all the way through, just like that, all the way in. Then take your 2 very useful pieces and stick them on to the ends, just like that. Next, take this chunk here, attach it to the front like that, and then let it bend over the whole thing. So you get that. Alright, and go ahead and set that down. Next, we will gather these 2 pieces and this piece. So go ahead and start by attaching these 2 pieces together like so. Just like that. And then next, on the front here, take this axle sticking forward and stick it through that hole in the Vaki waist. And you should see the pin sticking out here should go in right there as well. Make sure you keep your rubber bands out of the way for all of these as well. So it goes on like that. Alright, now gather up our 2 parts we've just built, and lining them up, you will see that you can connect this piece up to this piece right there. So go ahead and do that. The hand connector should go into the gap into the under that Metru armor up front. So do that, and then that. Just stick together like that. Alright, next, go ahead and take these 2 pieces, and letting the droid arms go underneath it, or through that hole right there. Then attach this piece into that hand connector like so. Go ahead and flatten down the droid arms, and then take these 2 rubber bands. We finally get to do something with them. Twist them, wrap them around the ball joint, and then pull the excess over these 2 Pohatu pieces. So twist it, wrap it around the ball joint, and then go over the Pohatu foot, like that. Okay. Next we'll take this Rakshi head and sticking the ball joint onto this exposed axle right here, like that, and lay it flat, Then go ahead and curve this thing up, and if you line it up correctly, the Rakshi head should line up that notch with this so it keeps it from rotating. Alright, now go ahead and lay the bottom of the droid arms flat, keep the other two up for now. Go ahead and wrap these two around the ball joint up top. These two rubber bands on those two exposed, or on those two armor pieces. Go ahead and lay down the rest of the droid arms like so. Then next, take these two hand connector pieces, snap them onto the ball joints. Next, take this chunk here, and then on the gray pin, stick the ball joint, like so. And then, lining up the black pins with the hand connector on top, go ahead and stick that straight down into the hand connector below. Just like that. Like that. Next, take this giant chunk we built earlier, and if you line up the lightsaber rod with the pinhole here, it should go straight down without any trouble, and it should fill in all the gaps. Just like that. Okay. And then, last but not least, attach the waist cape by putting these two blue pins into these exposed Technic connectors, just like so. And that is Gammoth's torso. And because his head is just a simple Mata head build, I'll show you that real quick. So it's just a mask on top of a Mata head with a 3-long axle and a ball joint in the back. Go ahead and attach that to the top, like so. And then gather the limbs, arms and legs. Arms go on the shoulder joints, which are right under the armor here, like that, and on the other side, like that. And then legs go on the leg joints. There and there. Alright. And that is how you build Gammoth. And so that is it, guys. That is the daunting task complete. Gammoth, the super complicated gatekeeper. He is finally done, and now we can move on with the how to builds. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you need to do. This was such a challenging video to make that I would really appreciate it. For our next how to build, would you rather see Kunpaku 2016, the remade version, or Kossi, the captain of the guard? Vote in the comments below, and whoever gets the most votes by the time I'm making the next how to build will be the next how to build. So make sure to cast your votes below. If you don't like the options, feel free to check out Order of Matanui files and select your own. If you like the MOC or want to use any of these designs, feel free to do so with or without credit. If you do, however, I would like to see it. Show it to me, post a link to your version in the comments, and I will feature you at the end of the video with an annotation. Or, if you just want to create your own version of the character, that works too. So, if you'd like to do that, make sure to post a link to a video you create of your creation, and I will be sure to add it to the end of the video with the rest of the awesome people. Alright, once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next How to Build.